What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're gonna be going over the CZ Tactical Sport 2 Green. Now, the Tactical Sport 2 is a pretty cool gun that you've actually seen here before on the channel. I've had the previous Tactical Sport, I think I've had the Tactical Sport Orange, I've had several Tactical Sports. That being said, I haven't had the green one, and when I saw the green one, I was like, CZ, it's green. I want it, so I got it, and here we are. The Tactical Sport 2 actually has a 5 1/4 inch barrel, I believe, so it's a little bit longer than your standard Shadow 2s, which are I think like 4.6, 4.7 or something like that. So it allows you a longer sight radius, which is good because this does not come optics ready. Now, all the previous Tactical Sports I had were also not optics ready, but they do have holes drilled into the frame here. Now, my previous one did come with an optics mount that went over the frame, very similar to the old school like open division guns like the 90s and 2000s and stuff, which I don't prefer. The concept behind that, I think, was that it's less reciprocating mass and all that stuff. However, I never personally liked that. And on this one, I think you could probably buy that mount and put it in, but on this one, it actually comes with a very obnoxious thumb rest, which is ridiculously large. I'm not sure the significance of that. I know this gun is probably made for a very specific competition, division, or niche that I just don't know. Maybe IPSC, standard division, maybe, something like that. Although in USPSA, this gun seems a little pointless. It's a single action only design, and in USPSA, at least the competition that is popular around my area, this would be a single action only gun, and it wouldn't work in production or any of the 9mm divisions. It's a 9mm with 320 round magazines, and it does have an absolutely excellent trigger out of the box. The previous Tactical Sports have unbelievable triggers as well. And just because you're not buying this for competition doesn't mean you're not buying this for fun. Not only does it have a nice trigger, but the previous Tactical Sports were some of the most accurate guns I've ever fired. So I'm very excited to put the long sight radius to the test, the awesome trigger. It also comes with an extended magazine release and extended magazine well here for your 320 round magazines. It comes with some awesome aluminum green grips on it that look very, very cool. As always, the CZ ergonomics texture always on point. In this case, it is as well. We have the serrated combat style hammer, and we have an ambi safety. However, it is shorted on the weak side here, or left side, whichever one you want, but I'm sure that you can switch that out. All the controls seem great, and the gun seems to be very, very smooth, which is not surprising, considering one of the things I like about CZ is they run their guns and break them in the factory, so you don't have to. So I want to mention the gun is $2,000, which is very, very expensive. That being said, for the performance of the TS2, which is well known to carry the same accuracy, recoil, impulse, and speed as 2011s, you're actually getting into a pretty quality gun for a reasonable price. I know it doesn't seem reasonable, but considering the performance that I've got on the previous ones, it has been. Will we get it on this one? Most likely, but we'll have to see. Before we do that, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, XS Sights. If you're familiar with XS Sights, they've been around for a long time. They make the very famous Big Dot. They are great sights for CQB, and they work at distance as well. For many years before I found HD sights, I was using my wife's nail polish to lighten up the front sight so I could focus on it better. You don't need to worry about that with XS Sights. They're quality, they're made of steel, they're also 100% made in America, and they're gonna last you a long time, so feel free to check them out. I want to mention my page supporters. Thank you guys very much. If you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description and sign up. If you don't want to do Patreon, super thanks is always there. Feel free to send us one. That's YouTube's version. We appreciate it either way. I want to mention a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. There's a link in the description. What the fuck is that?
It's a Blue Jay.
Wow.
Blue Jay, be quiet!
That thing is not playing around.
You don't care.
Anyway, the youth shelter names I was in the description. The Blue Jay doesn't appreciate it, but I would appreciate it if you go down and click that link and donate. And finally, I want to mention Manning & Sons. Manning & Sons is the biggest support of the channel, and not only does he give us ammo for lots of our 1,000 round reviews, he's going to be sponsoring ammo for this video, but he also sent me this guy, so I didn't have to buy it. Let's go and shoot it. You see that motherfucker up in that tree? You see that Blue Jay right there? He's the one causing all the chaos.
I see him. I hear him.
Ooh, I almost shot without ear pro on. All right, so we're gonna shoot the first shot to 75 yards. Maybe throw a little shade at the trolls while we do it, see if we hit. Sky's beautiful. That's distracting. Holy crap. Ooh, shanked it to the left. Well, that is not difficult. People ask why you buy a CZ? That's why. Oh boy, man, that sky's beautiful. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Low. It's kind of fun shooting iron sights at 100 yards because even with the thin competition sight, it's the same size as the target. So it gets a little interesting as far as like sight picture stuff. It's a good time though. Oh yeah, we're going back further. I assume that though. I almost started at 120. I have a tendency to shoot CZs well, and they just like me. All right, shoot through the branches a little bit here. The echo, the sky, and everything going on is just so distracting.
Are you distracted?
Oh yeah, ADD is real right now. I would say as far as pure accuracy goes, as far as like an iron sight gun, the only guns that I would ever put in the category of like a tactical sport 2. Now I'm not just saying about this gun because I've got about like 30 rounds for it yet, but I've actually had a bunch of tactical sports. As far as iron sight guns, if you want to get an accurate one, this is one of the only ways to go. I mean, the USP Expert is right along those lines as well. That's like the only one I would consider to be on par with this as far as maybe like 2011s, but man, it's just a murderous gun as far as an iron sight gun goes. If you're looking for pure bullseye accuracy, trigger's amazing. I ain't got that little one. All right, come out here to a pretty reasonable concealed carry distance of 50 yards and we'll just kind of plink away and see how we feel as far as recoil and stuff. God, it feels good so far. It's kind of funny that no gun can overcome shitty marksmanship skills. So like the first shot I shot totally whiffed at a target I just hit at 120. And that's because of trigger control, grip, etc. You know, you still have to have good fundamentals no matter what you're shooting. I got a couple of those plates, like 2 for $5, something like that. That's not too bad. 6-inch plate's a hard ask at 50 yards for any handgun. You consider like cone of deviation, we were talking about that the other day. You have a guaranteed 2-inch accuracy at 50 yards. If you do that in a cone, it's 4. So I mean, your mechanical accuracy, even like of a Wilson Combat 1911, is like 4 inches, like a 4-inch plate consistently at 50 yards. And with this, if I was on point, I could easily hit at that distance. The trigger's amazing. The cold hammer forged barrel's out of sight. The 50-ounce weight is very heavy. Don't get me wrong, you wouldn't want to carry this all day, but holding it out, it's very stable, and the iron sights are second to none.
Everyone's love sunsets, people. It's because we ain't got nothing else to look at. Okay.
All right, so we got a couple mags loaded up. Let's see if we can get a tune out of this trombone. I love when people say you couldn't use a competition pistol for home defense, like this wouldn't work. Now if I had to nitpick, a couple things I don't like, base plates are too small. You want base plates big enough to where you can put the magazine in and slam them in. Second thing, because of the thumb rest, the slide release is a little crowded, but the thumb rest also lets you do this. I mean, the recoil pulse is crazy low on these guns. Oh, missed the last one. That's bad luck. This looks a few weeks old. God, I love CZs. So overall, I think the gun is pretty fantastic. Do I think it's like 2011 good? Do I think it's like CZ Shadow 2 good? I do, actually. I gotta argue that the gun is almost perfect. Exception of a couple of things that I mentioned, maybe the base plate's a little too short, maybe the thumb rest is a little bit too big, maybe it doesn't have the optics mounting system that I want. I mean, you can put a side rail system on it, which would make it work very well, although I do wish it had the CZ Shadow 2 optics cut, so you can just kind of put it right on the slide. That being said, the recoil and pulse is amazing, the accuracy is amazing, the 5 1/4 inch hammer forged barrel is incredible. The recoil and pulse is low not only due to the ergonomics of the gun, but the internal slide rails, the limited slide mass. Considering the fact it's a 5 1/4 inch gun, it's got a lot of dust cover and a very limited amount of slide. So not only does that give you less recoil, but it gives you a lower overall bore axis as well. Very nice. The grip is large, very heavy gun, very easy to shoot, trigger super light, super fast recoiling. Sights are awesome, you have adjustable target sights, and then finally you have some good serration so you can run the slide with a serrated top so you don't have to worry about glare. Hot damn, I love this pistol. We're gonna do a 1,000 round review of it, but if you're interested in this gun and you don't wanna wait, trust me, you'll be fine. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.